Well, it's only Tuesday, the 26th of August, and autumn's already arrived, a month early. The plum tree is absolutely festooned with plums, despite me taking all those off. They're all over the lawn. Because of the drought, they're not quite as juicy as they usually are. But they probably make better jam. And it's the same with the green gauges. Yeah. Autumn crocuses, colchicums are making their appearance. And the hazelnuts are all ready. They're not really ready until the last week of September. And the last major job of the year is to cut these yew hedges. But, again, it takes about 4 hours. Well, it's cut the yew hedges time. So I've got this one on the left cut and all along the bottom. And then the one right up that side there to do. I think I'll leave that one till tomorrow. Or I'll get this one cut at the bottom. Well, picked all the beetroot. It's all ready for pickling. You don't cut the roots off, otherwise they bleed, which you don't want. So I've just got to prepare some spiced vinegar to pickle them in. Well, there it is. 11 jars of sweet spiced beetroot. It's the middle of September and plums all over the lawn, hundreds of them, rotting away. They seem to attract butterflies. There's some red admirals around. The apples continue to fall off. I'll collect them up and take them down for that pig. And the Boston ivy is beginning to turn, produce those wonderful autumn colours. And the cold, damp nights have left the courgettes attacked by mildew, but they have been quite prolific. And so far, there's been no sign of ash dieback on this tree this year. At least, not yet. All the hazelnuts are ripening and beginning to fall off. No doubt these grey squirrels will reappear, as will that greater spotted woodpecker. And that'll bring in the squirrels and the greater spotted woodpecker. So as they discover these, they'll be all over them. Depending on which tree they come from, they're different shapes and sizes. Lots of acorns, but most of them seem to have been attacked by some kind of weevil. But, There's, there's a nice healthy one. There's a red anvil here on the last of the... it's gone. These are the Bramleys. He suffered really badly from sunburn. You see a little bit of it on there. They aren't as big as usual because of the drought. Nevertheless, they're big enough. And much more rosy red this year. And these autumn crocuses, the colchicums still put on a lovely display. They're just beginning to come to an end and fall over. But yeah, a splash of colour in this early autumn. And Boston ivy at its best. Wonderful on this gable end of the house. It's absolutely stunning. Unfortunately, it doesn't last very long before all the leaves begin to fall off. Amazing crop of Braeburn apples. I thought they weren't going to do very well, but they've really come on. This branch absolutely laden with them. They're a lovely eating apple and they keep for quite a long time. These are the fruits of the spindle tree. They contain a bright orange seed. All the acorns beginning to ripen, fall off. And stick them on the bird table. See what comes and collects them. Jays like them, but you don't often see jays in the garden. Yeah, the woodpecker's been busy banging his nuts into this hole in the tree. Shells all over the place. Haven't seen it yet. The courgettes have been completely taken over by mildew. They look almost ghost-like. The beans never really recovered after the hammering they took from that heavy storm. But, they've been alright. All this is to dismantle and put away till next year. Another great crop of Bramley cooking apples. Fortunately they keep as well, so they aren't quite ready to pick yet. A great wall of ivy here, just beginning to come into flower. Insects love it. It's a bit cold today, so there aren't many of them about. You can see the flowers just beginning to open up. I think it's pollen. The insects collect the pollen. And there's a couple of pears. There's a little saying with pear trees, you don't grow them for yourself. You grow your pears for your heirs. It takes them a while before they become quite productive. They don't ripen on the tree, not these conference pears. You take them off and ripen them in a window somewhere. And this is the fourth of the apple trees. It grows 3 different varieties of apple. Some more successful than others. They're all over the lawn. The birds like them, but they don't keep. But they're a lovely looking apple. Quite soft fleshed they are. Not crunchy like Granny Smith's. And there you can see the 3 different varieties produced by this one tree. The Boston ivy on the back of the house is beginning to turn, but it isn't at its best yet. See all that new growth there, still green. Covering that window up there. On the green at Ainderby steeple is this magnificent red oak. Its autumn colours. The leaves are just beginning to fall off. This village green. The noise of the traffic. Absolutely wonderful colours. Glorious. And the leaves on the ground. It is stunning. Boston ivy at the back of the house, and wonderful colours. You need to pick the pears. Most of them have fallen off. It's time to pick the Bramley apples. They're all beginning to fall off. Wonderful. Branch laden with Braeburn apples. Ready for picking. A lovely apple. These are the Cox's pippins. They've done quite well this year. But they're a lovely, crisp, sweet apple. The very last of the courgettes. Oh, there's the pears. As the saying goes, you plant them for your heirs, not for yourself. For the people who come after you. They don't produce much fruit when they're young. Well, at 4 hours cutting the grass. It's the last cut of the year. And today is picking apples. Forecast overnight is rain and windy. So I've got to get these apples picked. Otherwise the wind will blow them all off and it'll be useless. And we'll start with these Braeburn, some of which are decidedly high up. Well, that's the Braeburn picked. They're a lovely, crisp, quite sweet apple. You have to sort them out. Every now you get a blemish like that where the birds have been picking it, and that won't keep. So any with a blemish like that has to be eaten first. Anyways, bigger blemishes, I just leave them on a tree where the birds have been picking them. And these under the tree, I'll just pick them all up and dump them out in the garden somewhere. Anyway, you've got to put these in a box somewhere. Cool, frost-free. And then go and pick the Bramley apples. They are the Bramley cooking apples. So big. Red ones, the birds are particularly keen on picking at, which ruins them. These are the pippins. They never do as well as the others. That's a nice apple. That's sort of almost striped pattern they've got on them. They're a bit softer than the others and they don't keep as long, but the birds love them. And most of those will feed the birds in the winter time. Well, that's it. All safely picked and boxed. So, all it remains to do is to pick up all the windfalls and dump them up in the woodland somewhere. Badgers like them. Wonderful Boston ivy. The leaves will start falling off shortly. I'll wait till they're all off before I start raking them up. It really is a magnificent display. Which is the only reason you grow it. It gets better and better by the day. They're all just beginning to drop off now. Well, that's it for the back end. Just a couple of jobs to finish off. I need to cut this buddleia right back hard and cut the asparagus down, but it's still green. It's just beginning to turn now. I'll wait until it's all gone brown. A couple of frosts will do that. That rowan gets better every day. That colours on there, amazing. That is just stunning. And the asparagus is well on its way to dying off. And it'll need cutting back to ground level. The leaves falling off the Boston ivy. That's just wonderful. That new foliage up there is just amazing. The house is gradually reappearing. Glorious. That's the view from inside Boston ivy is beginning to fall off now. Well, that's more or less it until the springtime. So I'll see you again around about March in the garden. Take care. See you now. Bye bye.